everyone, welcome back. How are you? How is everyone? I hope you are staying safe and healthy. Today I have 3 Anthropologie inspired Dollar Tree DIY room decor pieces to share with you that I hope that you guys enjoy. These turned out super cute, and honestly I think they turned out even better than I expected, so I'm so excited. Definitely let me know which one was your favorite, and also comment and let me know what you are into right now and how are you decorating around your home and what kind of stuff that you would like to see from me here on my channel. So I am actually going to start with the quickest one to show you and then save my favorite one for last. Honestly, I think these were all super cheap, super easy, very budget friendly and affordable DIY decor ideas. If you don't have the items on hand, don't feel like you need to run out and pick it up. Be creative, use what you already have. I found almost all of these things either laying around our house or in my craft stash. So be creative, stay home, use what you have, or save the video to come back to make at a future date. With that being said, let's get started.
Okay, so for the first one, I'm taking this little round cardboard box from Dollar Tree. If you have 2 of these boxes, just use the 2 lids and that will be perfect. Or if you have 2 lids or containers or something else laying around your house about this shape, just go ahead and use that. For me, I'm placing the lid underneath the bottom and using it as a guideline to cut out the same size piece. Very carefully use a box cutter or an X-Acto knife to do this. And then I'm taking wooden skewers. You can get a whole bag full of these in Dollar Tree or in the grocery store if you don't already have them in your cabinet. I did try to use ones that are as close in height as possible. I've had this bag of skewer sticks for years, and a couple of them were definitely shorter than most of the other ones, so I just set those aside. Hot glue these with the points facing down into the inside edges along the bottom of the circle box. I did stick the leftover piece of the box that I had cut off down in the center just to kind of hold the sticks in this shape so that they weren't leaning toward the inside. And this way it gives me a little bit of a shape to keep them lined up correctly. I started doing them opposite each other so that I could space them as evenly as possible. And then I just kept alternating sides and spaces and filling them in until it looks how you want, or until you run out of skewer sticks. But if one gets to be leaning too far to one side or the other, you can always pull it off and then just glue it back on again. And once all the sticks are in place, you can take your top circle, place that right on the top. That's all you have to do. And I used a little piece of the twine with the floral wire inside it. Honestly, you probably don't need the one with the wire, but it does help give it a little more shape if you have that one. It's also from Dollar Tree. I've had this sitting in my craft drawer forever, and I just bent it to make like a little handle shape and glued that in place. Honestly, you could make a little handle out of like a little shower curtain ring if you want, or even just a little piece of nautical rope, totally up to you. You could totally paint this lantern if you prefer, but I left it with the natural wood to match the Anthropologie one, and I think that the light color cardboard totally works with that. You definitely want to stick with LED candles for this lantern though, but you could use tea lights in here or pillar candles. I will have my absolute favorite ones linked below in the description box. If you're looking for some really realistic ones, these are my favorites. Now, for the next one, I was feeling ambitious and I decided to try making this globe that I saw on Anthropologie's website. I was very unsure if this was even going to end up looking even remotely like theirs, so let me know if you think it worked or not. All right, so I am starting with this ball. We've had this laying around forever in our house. It's definitely seen better days, and it's about to get upcycled into a representation of Earth. I recommend starting by covering it in some jute rope or twine and starting around the air valve part on the ball and leaving that part slightly open so you still have like the little hole there. And the thinner rope that you use, the better I think this might actually end up looking. What do you think? Thick nautical rope or a tiny cotton or twine strand? What do you guys like the look of better? What would you have used for this? And then moving on, I took this flying disc from Dollar Tree. If you have kids, you might have one of these laying around already. Definitely don't go running out to get this. You can save this video, come back to it in the future, or use something else. I made some cut marks with my scissors into the plastic, and then I was able to just snap the plastic in half there, and I'm using the half circle. I would totally love to know your thoughts though for any other crescent shaped piece that people could use if they don't have a flying disc like I'm using today. But anyway, I cut one little wooden dowel from Dollar Tree to be about 1/4 to 1/2 inch longer than the thickness of the disc so that I can line it up on each end and then have it kind of sticking down into the middle a little bit. Basically, you want it to line up with where you need it to hold the ball. So check how large the ball is in comparison with your crescent plastic shape here and cut the wood to fit that. I glued a large bead and then a small bead onto each end. And then for the base, I had a little terracotta planter. You guys, all this stuff I have gotten in Dollar Tree and just had laying around in my craft storage. So just be creative with this part. There's probably a variety of things around your house that you could use to create this with, or save this video. Like I said, you can come back to it when you have the pieces that you need in the future. I glued an empty tea light candle holder I had laying around upside down on here. And then I want to glue the crescent part kind of on an angle like the Anthropologie one, but I needed it to be as balanced as possible so that it would actually be able to support the weight of the rope covered ball, because as lightweight as the ball is, once it is fully covered in rope and glue, it does have a little bit of weight to it now, and I needed this to be able to stay together, and the glue was just not holding it. So I grabbed 2 little wooden cubes for extra support on each side, and that ended up working. These are also from Dollar Tree's craft section. I bought them a couple months ago and I have just been waiting for the time we needed them, and today was that day. So let's paint it now. Any color you like, of course, but I'm going with a gold finish like the Anthropologie one had. By the way, the next DIY is going to be easier than this one, but stay with me. This is going to turn out pretty cool. And then once that's dry, I'm sticking the globe in there, and I lined up the top and bottom of the ball into the wooden dowels. That is what it looks like. But if you want some longitude lines, maybe you could add some twine going vertically like this. What do you think? With or without the lines? Let me know what you guys think I should do to finish this up. Okay, so for the next one, don't laugh, but we're starting with a container of Play-Doh. I got this in Dollar Tree, but you can get it anywhere, or maybe even use up some of your kids' Play-Doh. Color doesn't matter. So if they've already mixed all the colors together, it's totally okay. We're gonna be painting over this. So now you have a use for it. We're gonna make tons of tiny balls. And when I say tiny, I mean tiny. I thought I was making them small at first, and I ended up going back to make them even smaller, because then we're going to take 4 little balls and make a little square out of them, or like a north, south, east, and west layout. Take your pinky finger and just push from the center out and flatten each little ball into a tiny flower petal. I also really like the flower petal shape that you get when you use your palm to help cup the flower and round the petals up a little bit like this in your hand. I let these all dry overnight and then came back and flipped them over so that the other side could fully dry out as well. And then I'm taking this vase from Dollar Tree and gluing them along the top. Now on the first one, I forgot that the Anthropologie one actually dips down. So for this other Dollar Tree vase, I glued the flowers on so that they kind of cascade up and down around the top half of the vase, more like the look of the Anthropologie one. And then I just sprayed the entire thing white with some white spray paint, let that dry, and then you could be done now if you like the way this looks, or you could come back with some light brown paint to create more of the effect that the Anthropologie one had. The closest color I had for this is this chalk paint. It's kind of a grayish tan color in the color Castle. And I just brushed that over the edges of the flowers, all around like the edges along the tops and some of the ridges, and then I just let everything dry, and there you go. We could definitely put flowers or something in here, but I totally love the look just like this, just as a beautiful piece of decor that you can set somewhere in your home, in your room. This just looks so pretty and so classy. If you are still watching and you made it this far, thank you so much. Please give this video a thumbs up. Let me know that you made it this far and you were enjoying the video. Subscribe if you haven't already, and don't forget to let me know which other stores you would like to see some inspired DIYs from, and what kind of style stuff you guys are looking for. I can't wait to hear from you. I wish you a beautiful, blessed day, and I can't wait to see you soon in the next one. Bye!